The mirrors only enhance the Cardinal's glory.
Indeed, Leopold. A true reflection of heaven on earth.
Stop scrolling, right now. What if I told you there's a city that was so beautiful, so impossibly magnificent, that it made Protestant armies abandon their weapons just to convert to Catholicism? This isn't a fairy tale. This actually happened. Munich, 1680. Deep in Protestant Germany, Catholics built something so stunning that it nearly changed the entire course of European history. And what I'm about to show you is going to completely blow your mind. Here's what nobody tells you. While Europe was tearing itself apart in religious wars, one German city discovered the secret to winning without fighting. They didn't use armies. They didn't use violence. They used pure, overwhelming beauty, and it almost worked. Picture this insanity. Protestant nobles sneaking into Catholic Munich at night, staring at churches that looked like heaven itself, and literally abandoning their faith because what they saw was too beautiful to resist. This is psychological warfare through architecture. But here's the part that's going to make you question everything you know about religious conflict. The strategy Munich used was so effective that the Pope tried to copy it throughout Europe. Protestant leaders tried to ban their people from visiting, and European politics almost completely changed, because nobody expected beauty to be more powerful than armies. But wait, it gets absolutely insane. Munich wasn't just building beautiful churches. They were creating a complete Catholic universe designed to overwhelm Protestant psychology through sensory experience. Every street corner was calculated. Every decoration was strategic. Every ceremony was psychological warfare. They turned an entire city into a conversion machine. Here's something that's going to blow your mind. The techniques Munich developed are still being used today. Every time you walk into a space designed to make you feel a certain way, you're experiencing Munich's 400-year-old psychological manipulation. Protestant Sweden controls half of Germany. Protestant England dominates the seas. Protestant Netherlands rules global trade. Catholicism is losing everywhere. Then Maximilian Emanuel becomes Elector of Bavaria and makes a decision that shocks Europe. He's going to prove Catholic culture is superior by making it irresistibly beautiful, not through conquest, through seduction. Picture walking into the Theatine Church for the first time. Your brain literally can't process what you're seeing. White marble that seems to glow from within, gold decorations that catch light like captured stars, ceilings that appear to open directly into heaven. Protestant visitors described feeling physically dizzy from the beauty. This isn't just architecture. This is sensory assault designed to break Protestant resistance. But here's what's going to shock you. It worked. By 1685, Protestant nobles throughout Germany were secretly sending their children to Munich for cultural education. Within 5 years, dozens had converted. Here's the genius part nobody talks about. Munich didn't just build beautiful buildings. They created experiences that made Catholicism feel sophisticated and Protestantism feel primitive. Opera houses with productions that made Protestant church services seem boring. Art galleries that made Protestant plain walls look barbaric. Social ceremonies that made Protestant austerity feel culturally backwards. They were competing for minds, not territory. But the real breakthrough was understanding Protestant psychology. Munich's strategists realized that Protestants rejected Catholic excess because they thought it was spiritually corrupt. So Munich made excess look spiritually superior. Walk with me through Munich's residence palace in 1682. Every room designed to overwhelm a different sense. Halls of mirrors that multiply beauty infinitely. Chambers where music seems to come from the walls themselves. Gardens where the scent of flowers creates natural intoxication. Protestant visitors wrote letters describing Munich as Eden before the fall. This is paradise weaponized for religious conversion. But Munich's masterstroke was making Catholic culture feel intellectually superior. Libraries with books Protestants had never seen. Scientific instruments Catholics had invented. Artistic techniques only Catholic masters knew. They turned religious difference into cultural sophistication gap. Here's what Protestant converts actually wrote. Walking through Munich, I understood that beauty itself is proof of God's love. Protestant austerity suddenly felt like rejection of divine gifts. The Catholics weren't excessive. We were impoverished. These are direct quotes from conversion testimonies. Beauty was literally changing minds. By 1688, Protestant governments were panicking. Why? Because Munich's cultural conversion strategy was spreading. Catholic cities throughout Germany were copying the model. Protestant territories were losing nobility to Catholic cultural superiority. This was religious war through aesthetic attraction. Here's something that's going to blow your mind. The Vatican was jealous of Munich. Rome's churches suddenly looked old-fashioned, compared to Munich's innovative Baroque. The Pope started demanding Italian architects study German Catholic techniques. Munich had out-Catholicized the Catholics. The student had become the master, but Munich's success created a problem nobody anticipated. It was too effective. Protestant powers started viewing Munich not as a German city, but as an existential threat to Protestant survival. Military alliances formed specifically to contain Bavarian cultural expansion. Here's where the story takes a shocking turn. Munich's success made them overconfident. They thought beauty could overcome any military disadvantage. War of the League of Augsburg begins. Protestant and Catholic Europe unite against Louis XIV. Munich chooses the wrong side, and their cultural paradise becomes a military target. Turns out beautiful churches can't stop cannonballs. Protestant armies that had been culturally seduced by Munich's beauty had no problem destroying it when war came. The same aesthetic attraction that created conversions created resentment when political interests conflicted. The Battle of Blenheim, Bavarian forces destroyed, Munich occupied by Protestant armies. But here's what's incredible. Even occupying Protestant soldiers couldn't bring themselves to destroy Munich's churches. The beauty that created conversion still created protection. Enemy armies would use Munich's churches as military headquarters while refusing to damage the decorations. Here's something that's going to make you see European culture differently. Munich's psychological architecture techniques spread throughout Europe regardless of religious conflict. Protestant countries started adopting Catholic aesthetic strategies. Catholic countries refined Munich's innovation. Want to know something that's going to blow your mind about modern life? Every mall, every hotel lobby, every corporate headquarters using design to influence your emotions is applying principles Munich developed 340 years ago. The psychology of space determining human behavior, environmental beauty, creating desired responses, sensory experience, overriding rational thought. Munich figured this out before anyone understood why it worked. But here's the ultimate irony. Munich's attempt to prove Catholic superiority through beauty actually proved that beauty transcends religious difference. Protestant armies were seduced by Catholic architecture. Catholic observers were impressed by Protestant discipline. Beauty became more important than doctrine. Today, millions visit Munich without knowing they're experiencing a 17th century conversion weapon. The Theatine Church still overwhelms visitors with Baroque beauty. The Residence still demonstrates how environment shapes psychology. The city center still makes people feel like they're experiencing something spiritually superior. You're being converted to appreciation of beauty, just like Protestant nobles 340 years ago. Here's what Munich's architects understood that most people still don't. Human beings make decisions with emotions first, then justify with logic. Create the right emotional experience, and rational objections disappeared. Munich proved that cultural warfare is more effective than military warfare because military conquest creates resentment. Cultural seduction creates gratitude. Armies destroy enemies. Beauty converts them. Force creates temporary submission. Attraction creates permanent change. This is why every superpower in history eventually focuses on cultural influence over military dominance. Munich's strategy was so advanced that modern marketing psychology is just catching up to techniques they perfected in 1680. Environmental psychology, sensory manipulation, cultural superiority positioning, emotional conversion processes. They were 300 years ahead of their time. So why did Munich's strategy ultimately fail to change European religious balance? 3 reasons. 1. Military reality trumped cultural attraction when survival was at stake. 2. Political interests overcame aesthetic appreciation during wartime. Cultural conversion was too slow compared to military conquest. Beauty influences minds, but armies control territory. But Munich's failure still changed European culture permanently. Catholic Baroque spread throughout Europe. Protestant architecture became more decorative. Religious austerity lost cultural prestige. Beauty became associated with sophistication regardless of faith. Here's how Munich actually succeeded. They proved that cultural attraction is more powerful than religious doctrine. They demonstrated that aesthetic experience influences belief systems. They showed that environmental design shapes human psychology. These insights became foundations for modern advertising, political campaigns, retail design, entertainment industry, and urban planning. Munich lost the religious war, but won the cultural evolution. Every time you walk into Starbucks and feel sophisticated, that's Munich's cultural strategy. Every time Apple stores make you want their products through design, that's Munich's aesthetic conversion. Every time political rallies use environment to influence emotions, that's Munich's psychological architecture. Here's something that's going to change how you see your daily environment. Your apartment design influences your mood. Your workplace aesthetic affects your productivity. Your shopping experience shapes your purchasing decisions. Your entertainment choices reflect environmental conditioning. You're living inside Munich's 17th century discovery that space determines psychology. Most people don't realize they're being influenced. Munich's targets didn't either. Munich's experiment proved that human culture evolves through aesthetic attraction rather than logical argument. People don't change beliefs because they're convinced by evidence. They change beliefs because alternative cultures seem more attractive. Munich teaches the most important lesson about cultural conflict. Don't try to defeat other cultures. Try to become more attractive than other cultures. Military victory creates temporary dominance. Cultural attraction creates permanent influence. This is why soft power ultimately matters more than hard power. Why cultural exports determine long-term influence. Why aesthetic sophistication shapes international relations. Standing in Munich today, you can still feel the power of their 17th century cultural strategy. Walk through the Theatine Church and experience Baroque beauty, designed to overwhelm Protestant resistance. Tour the residence and understand how environmental luxury influences human psychology. Stroll through the Altstadt and see urban planning designed to make Catholic culture irresistible. But in 1682, this wasn't tourism. This was psychological warfare through architectural beauty. You're experiencing weapons of cultural conversion that almost changed European history. Here's the ultimate truth about Munich's experiment. They discovered that beauty is the most powerful force in human culture. More powerful than armies, more influential than arguments, more lasting than conquest. They proved that people will abandon their deepest beliefs if you can show them something beautiful enough. And that's why Munich's failed religious strategy became the foundation for every successful cultural movement in modern history. The techniques that couldn't convert Protestant Germany to Catholicism now convert global consumers to brands, voters to candidates, and audiences to entertainment. Munich lost the battle, but won the war for human cultural evolution. That's all for our journey through Munich's secret Vatican. But remember, every beautiful space you enter is using techniques Bavaria perfected to convert Protestant souls 340 years ago. If there's another moment when beauty became a weapon, another city that tried to convert the world through cultural seduction, Let me know in the comments. Because Munich's lesson isn't about religion or politics, it's about the eternal human truth that beauty is more powerful than force, attraction is more effective than argument, and cultural seduction changes minds more permanently than military conquest. The secret Vatican strategy lives on, every day, in every designed space around you.